This is 2K Sports broadcast. Casting from Atlanta as the Hawks take it to the hardwood. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Pacers are in the midst of a road trip going into this one.
And they've enjoyed success in this matchup, winning the two previous games. A chance to close it out here with a win. You've got to like their chances.
They've had a clear advantage in this matchup, and because of that, they've got to be feeling pretty good about their chances here tonight.
And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Great speed displayed that time by Tyrese Halliburton. Went right to the rack when he saw the gap in the defense.
The steal. Into the lane. Here's Ricochet. Here's Johnson. Outside for Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Back to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
You know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core. The defense has been non-existent.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Turner with the steal. 3 on 3. On deep, Gay. And once again off the mark by Indiana. And it's the Hawks ball. Halliburton drives in. Tries again. Back to Okongwu. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Such an integral part to Halliburton's game. He's one of the best passers in the league.
Outside Turner. The 3 from Harden. Thompson outside. Sweet move. Misses in close.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Pulls up on the wing. Halliburton with the bucket. Halliburton's got his second bucket.
Good decision making that time by Halliburton. Really smart. The moment he saw the space open up, he pulled up.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. Harden left side. Pass to Thompson. 6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Harden. Jacks up a three. Okongwu grabs the board. Atlanta with the ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Here's Halliburton. Banked in off the glass. Halliburton's got 8 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
The three from Harden. A three-pointer is right on target.
You know, he does so many things well, James Harden. It's easy to forget that he's top 3 all time in most three-pointers made.
Now, here's Halliburton. He's got 8. Here's Thompson. Pass to Gay. To the paint. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Trains the three-pointer.
But has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter? He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Harden. He has 5. .26 seconds left in the first quarter. That one goes in.
Crafty around the hoop. Harden's inside game, I think, deserves a little more love.
Halliburton outside. The rebound by Turner.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Gay outside. Takes it inside. What a terrific move that was.
Well, that time he got the defense off balance with the well-timed pump fake. Nice work.
Halliburton for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Tyrese Halliburton has been on display for Atlanta.
The Pacers, 14.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Here's Turner. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now. And I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total.
Now here's Simmons. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Over in the corner, Turner. Shot clock at 3. Diving in. That's tipped. And stolen by Simmons. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Count it.
They do not need Simmons to be a three-point shooter. If he can hit the mid-range, Jay, that opens up a lot by itself.
Here's Topic. Still without a basket. They push it up 4 on 3. Black, no good. The Hawks trailing. Down low. Capella. A shot's good on the assist by Nance. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
When Capella plays with force inside, watch out. I like his intensity.
Back to Simmons. Indiana moving the ball over. And Turner throws it down.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Topic. To the middle. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Nice recognition that time from Capella aggressively. rolling to the bucket after setting the screen.
And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers Clark maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on. And a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards, those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
Here's man after Ben Simmons' bucket. Here's Topic. And Atlanta again with the bucket. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Indiana. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. Here's Turner. Pass to Simmons. Second shot opportunity. Atlanta with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Simmons, the bounce pass. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Walker trying to free himself up. Simmons can't get it to go. Pass to Okongwu. Yes, that goes in. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
On the wing, man. Scoreless thus far. Here's Halliburton. Walker with the rebound. Pacers trailed by 4. Seconds left here in the second. To the wing on the left. There's the pick. Stewart misses. Atlanta with the ball. Okongwu slams it in.
And in terms of size, not your typical center. Man, he plays as big as any of them, thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And so it's Atlanta with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back to the action in just a minute. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, when there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
You know, with barely any time left, Halliburton at that point just has to trust his instincts.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
Maybe that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And the Hawks with possession here, following the score by Indiana. Inside, Okongwu. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Filipowski.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
These Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname Indiana Pacers. They do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. I'll tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
You see it less often, but make no mistake now, given the opportunity, the beard can still throw it down on your head. Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that.
Here's Black. No scoring in this one.
Strong, aggressive take that time from Harden.
The Hawks leading by 6. Halliburton outside to the inside. And the dunk by Rizachet.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Harden, following the bucket by the Hawks. The shot missing. Now Rizachet, 5 points in the game. Misses off the left iron.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Harden bounce pass. Thompson misses. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Hawks.
No way Halliburton is going to sleep on that one. I mean, he's too good at reading the defense.
Pacers trail by 10. Harden surveying the D. Going inside. And the jam by Harden.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Now, here's Halliburton. 13 points in the game. Here's Black. Wide open look. Connects. The jumper drops. 1:02 left here in the third quarter. Halliburton outside. Pass to Rizachet. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And it's 8 points for Rizachet.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now, here is Halliburton. Harden missing his last shot. Pass to Daniels. No. Here's Johnson. And the layup's good off the glass. Johnson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Hawks.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And Harden with the stuff.
A proven scorer. When Harden gets into a flow like this, he can pile up the points.
Johnson the screen. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They played the better game so far, but
The Pacers, 33.
the fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Pacers trailed by 9. And here's Levert. Pass to Thompson. Great touch on the 16-footer. Atlanta leading by 7. Halliburton outside. Now Rizachet. Okongwu at the elbow. Pass to Halliburton. Pocket 6. Back to Okongwu. Misses the 3. On offense, here are the Pacers. On the wing, Thompson. Indiana moving it around. Sinks the three-pointer.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
Johnson the screen. Now, here's Halliburton. Here's Riza. Top of the key jumper, no good. Pacers trailed by 4. Thompson the bounce pass. And there's the call on Riza. That is his first foul of the game. And Indiana making a change here.
Substitution from the Pacers. Number 44.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Pass to Stewart. 5 on the clock. Down low. And they'll get another chance. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Indiana making a change here.
Pacers substitution. Number 26. Dan.
Atlanta leading by 4. Halliburton with it. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. The Hawks need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Pacers trailed by 7. Harden outside. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And you want them taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now.
Pass to Shepard. Now here's Walker. Hands it from downtown. Now just a 2-point Atlanta lead.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Riza with it. Uncovered. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Assertive play by Riza. Not every rookie is ready to shoulder the big moment.
Harden outside. The layup missed. The Hawks lead by 4. And it's Halliburton penetrating. It's stolen by Shepard. There's the screen to the middle. Here's Harden. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
The Riza. Good.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was one, too. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Harden outside. To the wing right side. Stewart. Count. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Well, you got to remember now, Harden, as good a scorer as he is not just a scorer. He's a shrewd dime dropper, too.
Halliburton off with the layup. And so Harden will bring it up for Indiana. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter to take the lead. It's in!
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's to Halliburton. Oh, off target. Three-pointer, Daniels. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that about wraps it up.